Blessings, peace, prosperity, abundance. This is King Kevin Dorival in the building. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is called, Why Does Every King Need to Find His Queen? Why does every king needs to find his queen? Now, those of you who don't know, I wrote a book, 2 books actually. My first book is called Courage to Believe, Never Give Up. It's an inspirational autobiography. It's the name of my first book, and documentary, stage play, and also the name of my nonprofit organization where we have the chess program and we host the annual Black on Black Crime Solutions Panel. You get more information about that at my website, KevinDorival.com, or hit me up on Instagram at Courage to Believe. That's number 2. Now, this book is called 7 Types of Queens Kings Desire. It's a very powerful, very spiritual book. It helps men and women understand their purpose in life and also helps women identify their queen type. Why is that important? It's important to understand what type of queen you are. Are you a cooking queen? Are you a spiritual queen, a warrior queen, healthy queen? Are you a queen of faith? You know what I'm saying? Are you a natural queen? Do you wear your natural hair, your natural skin, your natural essence? Are you embracing your natural beauty that God gave you? So these are the types of things that I discuss in this beautiful, beautiful book. It's only $16 paperback, $28 hardcover, $9 ebook, which you get more information on the site, of course, below, down in the link. Now, why does every man need to find a wife? Because the favor of God does not appear until he finds his queen. It does not appear. Because if you really look at it, one of the first instructions God gives us in the book of Genesis is to be fruitful and multiply. A man cannot be fruitful and multiply by himself. Some cultures believed they could, so they would, men were sleeping with men, women sleeping with women, which was mainly in European cultures. But in the motherland, in Africa, they understood and revered the black queen as Mother God, Goddess of the universe. Mother Earth is another name. Feel me? These titles, goddesses, these titles came from the understanding of the divine sacred energy of women. The divine feminine sacred energy, which can give birth. Obviously, I won't be here. You won't be here either. Watch this video. Which is also having a family, having inspiration. You know how much inspiration I get when a woman encourages me and gives me confidence and compliments? You know how that makes me feel as a man? It's like something lights up in me, illuminates in me, which is the point of what I'm getting ready to say, because that's part of her job as a goddess. Women, you gotta understand, when you're speaking, you have the opportunity to either speak blessings or speak curses. Now, many women don't understand the power of goddesses, so they go around using, words like, bitches and hoes and this and that, always talking about vulgar things. Things are erroneous to have no type of relevance to where you're going in life and where you want to go to reach your goals and dreams. And this is important to note, because the more you continue speaking curses, the more negative. The more negative karma is coming around you, because you're speaking curses. You're speaking that. Now, a man, such as myself, I look for a woman who knows how to speak blessings, who understands her power as a woman of God, who understands her essence, who understands who she is and where she's going in life. These things are vitally important. They help us understand our purpose. If you don't know your purpose, then you don't know your destiny. And so there's a lot of men out here, such as myself, that are broken. I'm not broken anymore, but for quite some time, when a woman broke my heart, I felt broken. All my trust and all my insecurities, I made myself vulnerable to her. I never was on that type of level with any woman before in my life. But once I got over that, I began the whole healing process, lighting incense, burning sage, praying, really having these deep prayers with God, these fervent prayers with our Creator, and understand that there's a masculine and feminine energy both working in God, the Creator. And so if you believe in God, then you must understand this, that you are as great as your faith. For a lot of us men, we have to have an abundance of faith in order to find our queen, because it is hard out here, especially, I'm in Atlanta where there's a lot of transsexuals. There's a lot of homosexual activity going on. There's a lot of gays and lesbians. The LGBT community is big. So there's a confusion there. Most of them are broken women and men who ended up going towards the same sex to find that camaraderie, that love they felt like they were missing, that they were lacking, to fill that void. Now, I have no problem with people that are gay. That's your business. I don't accept it, and I don't condone it whatsoever. But what I do condone is someone who probably was once gay before that wants to get back to being straight so they can live that rule, that guide, that instruction God gave us to be fruitful and multiply. You know what I'm saying? God does not appear until the favor of God doesn't appear into a man's life until he finds that queen. So women, you are vitally important. A lot of my women are broken, and they go and continue being broken by one crooked man after another. And instead of taking the time to heal herself so she can acknowledge these reptilian guys out there in the world, you have to be able to use discernment, ladies. Use your wisdom, your divine wisdom. God gave you that. Do you know kings back in the day and men with a lot of power? It could be money, influence, whatever you want to call it. But men of great influence, they sought after women to be their wife, that were wise, that were extremely wise in their ways, wise in their advice, wise in the way of life, in the way they walked and talked. They were sought after, particularly in Kush, which is today's Ethiopia. That's where Queen Makeda comes from. Queen Makeda is Queen of Sheba. Now, we know in the Bible as Queen Sheba, which is not really a real name because there were several queens of Sheba. Queen Makeda, which is also known as Queen Belkis, and several other titles, was an extremely wealthy woman. Extremely wealthy woman. So when she met King Solomon, he was in love, like, wow, this is the wise woman I need right here. Now, he had many wives. But unfortunately, at the end of the story, he ended up going crazy, losing his mind because he had all these wives. And when you're doing that, polygamy or whatever the case may be, you have to enter. Let's rewind that. Polygamy, play, or pimp, whatever you want to call it. You have an array of spirits you're dealing with, an array of energies, an array of a variety of women with different mindsets and personalities and emotions. And you have to try to entertain that, not just sexually, but mentally and spiritually. It is draining. Whenever you're in a relationship, if you're in a relationship and it's not improving your life, then it's going to drain you from your life. You're going to lose yourself like King Solomon did. You don't want to lose yourself. You want to be someone that is whole. Now, I'm going to give this illustration regarding wholeness and, a queen, a king getting together. Now, I did this when I was in London. Now, when I was in London, they loved it. So hopefully everyone around the world will love this as well. Now, you have this here, right? This is I'm so tall. This is right, you have two glass bowls here, right? Now, one represents the queen, the other represents the king. Now, when you look at this, you have two worlds come together. What are they doing? They're going to clash. They're going to clash because they can't come together. Two worlds, that's like two Earths or Earth and Saturn. They can't come together. They're going to clash and become broken. You follow what I'm saying? If this was broken, it would be water and glitter all over here. You know what I'm saying? Which is not what we want. We do not want a bunch of water. We do not want a bunch of glass everywhere. We want to be whole. This has to be whole. You have to be whole. Now, when you merge together spiritually first, taking the time to court one another, taking time to talk, learn about our past hurts and pains and successes, Not just all the good news and glitter and weave, beautiful weave and big titties and butt everywhere, which are nice assets, but the true assets, the true crown of any king or queen is the one of the heart. The heart is the true crown. That's why Flojo was highly revered in my book, you know, 7 Types of Queens, King Desire, because of all the great things that she did. Now, you know, she did great things for people. And she married a guy who believed in her. And because of that marriage, she was able to reach a higher level of success. You follow what I'm saying? And he was able to reach a higher level. That's the whole point. When you get with somebody, it's about helping them, which is helping yourself, helping them reach that level, that destiny. If a man does not find a queen, he will not reach his destiny. Now, when I say queen, I'm talking about a wife, a woman that I am responsible for and she's responsible for me. I check in with her, she checks in with me. We spend time together, not because we have to, it's because we desire to. You desire each other. 7 types of queens, kings desire. I desire, I earn, I dream, I pray for you. We pray for each other. Now, when you're taking the time and necessary steps, women, you're testing the guys with the ego test, testing the man, making sure that he has strength, endurance, finances, the wisdom, the discipline to be with you and to do all of those things for your future family, for your future kids together. That's the whole point of the Eagles test. You learn about that in my book. So, but anyway, once all that is done and taking place, you're learning and you're merging together spiritually. You're coming together. You come together and it becomes one. You follow that? Can you dig it? Becoming one. That's what it's all about. That's why the power of God, the favor of God, the abundance of love and energy and finances and ideas and wisdom and support comes when you two merge together and become that one, because now faith is doubled. Now ambition is doubled. Now the power, the miracle powers of God becomes a reality through you two. Because as a woman, you have the power to speak blessings over his life and yours. You are a goddess, creatress. You are a prophetess. You know what I mean? And you need a woman that's going to be praying for you. Do you know how many witches and warlocks are around here in the world today? Witches and warlocks. People think these are just words used around Halloween or scary movies or in fairy tale books. There are real witches and warlocks in the world. Warlock is a male witch. There are plenty of them. As a matter of fact, right now, number 9 is a spiritual number. Number 9 represents the number of harvesting, of giving birth, right? So we're going into being September, number 9. We're going to October. And thank you, prophets, for putting this to my attention. Right now, these evil people are getting ready to pray and do these rituals, evil rituals against marriages, particularly those people who believe in God, the creator of all things, the King of Kings and Queens of Kings, and Queens of Queens, but definitely Queens of Kings. You know, they're praying against marriages, well-behaved children. They're praying against happy families. They're praying against that so that the devil, the enemy, will have more power. We need a spiritual queen who knows and understands how to bind those things and get rid of them, sever them. And when a spiritual queen and a king gets together, a spiritual king, oh man, you got dynamite. In Genesis 24, verse around 20, but really from verse 24 to about 30, it's a mention. This is about Abraham, Isaac, and his servant, and Rebekah. Rebekah was a woman who didn't have much. As a matter of fact, Abraham asked his servant, please, I beg you, do not, and give me your word, and take this oath that you will not have my son marry any woman from this area. He did not want his son marrying any Canaanite woman in that area was in, because these women were cursed. He did not want that curse to destroy the blessings that God had put into his life. So he understood that. Now, in today's world, there are certain women, their traditions, their family, they have a curse that has not been broken. It has not been broken or severed. It is still there. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to be the decision maker to whether or not you're going to keep that curse going, like a marathon, like a relay, from one child to the next family, to the next, or are you going to cut it loose? That choice is yours. We have a decision to make. Let me put this down. And you have to make it. But when the servant went and he went to a well and prayed by the well, he knew it was sundown and that this is the time when women come out to get water for the families and for the animals, and men as well, but definitely you see women. And he prayed, God, please let me find favor and success today and find a queen for my master, which was Abraham's, for my master's son, Isaac. He prayed for that. He didn't say tomorrow or the next month or next year. God, please let me have favor and success in finding this woman today for Isaac. And guess what happened? Rebecca comes along and she has her own thing. She's a whole woman, doesn't have much financially, but she has everything he needed, which was just water. And she had class, and not only did she have the water, she was willing to serve him and the camels without even him asking her to serve the camels. That's the type of woman that we are lacking today. A woman that is not just of herself or about herself, or just so selfish that all she thinks about taking selfies and going live on social media all day, all night. But she's taking the time to invest in other people and what's important to them. That's vitally important. Now, I know I said a mouthful. Men, please get yourself fixed. I know women, please stop dating other men, because most of these guys are broken. They're reptiles. Are they reptiles? Guys with reptilian mindsets? All they do, and have on their small little minds, their brains, is that they want to have sex and eat and sleep. That's it. All reptiles do. As a matter of fact, reptiles don't even get along with each other unless they're having sex. You feel what I'm saying? That's the only time. So how many of you women are dating guys that are reptiles? As a matter of fact, they've intoxicated you with their reptilian mindsets and energy. And now you're thinking the same way. Now all you want to do is get head. Now all you want to do is have sex and sleep. That's all. You are so much more than that. And if a man does not understand that, and you probably wouldn't, or never will, God forbid, but unless you all read books like this, how can you say you are a queen or a king and there's a book written by a king about true queens? This is a compare and contrast of ancient queens with women of today. How can you say that you're a queen and not be interested in supporting and sowing a seed into books such as mine? There's other books, but there's nothing like this one that has history, that has certain quizzes in there to help you self-reflect on yourself. You follow what I'm saying? And I also have a healing class that's part of my Mastering Your Life. Mastering Your Life. That's the workshop that I offer, online private classes to help people understand their purpose, to help them fight depression, to help them focus their energy instead of being all over the place and actually focusing and getting things done. Now, if you don't know who I am, Google me. Kevin Dorival, Google me. Go to KevinDorival.com. It's time to stop dating other people, letting other people into our lives so we can inject our poison, our negativity in them so they can pass it along and so you can continue doing the same. No, it's enough of that. Today is the last day of that. The last day. You have the choice. Go to KevinDorival.com to get help. If you're tired of all those skeletons in your closet, if you're tired of dealing with all these skeletons piling up in your closet, and when a good man comes along and you open up that closet and it literally avalanche of bones falling on him, no, he's not going to want to be with you. I don't care how fine you are. I don't care how good you make your collard greens and chicken and meatloaf and lasagna and sweet potato pie, apple pie. No. It's not, it's going to be too much, because you have to understand that in life, it is a very spiritual battle. This is very much a spiritual battle many of us are facing. Many of us are facing. We don't know how to face it. I will help you get over that. I will heal you through several things. And even if I got to come to where you are, you could be in Ohio. I'm in Georgia right now. You could be in Ohio. You can be in London. I will come and fly to you. You follow what I'm saying? I am the type of person that I will severe severe. I will sever. I will sever the heads of any demonic spirit that is in your life or in your world. I have that gift. I've had it for a very long time, as a matter of fact. But it really came to me that a realization that I have to do this when someone in my family was possessed. And so I had to conduct and I've never done those type of prayers before, but I knew of them. I heard of them. You know, my mother was very talented. Rest in peace to the queen. But she had a gift as well in seeing dreams. See, we all got gifts and talents, but we don't know how to use them. Let's get whole today. Do not look into a relationship to make you happy. You should already be happy. A relationship should make you happier. If you're with a man or woman, your life is not getting easier, but it's getting harder. Being with them is a burden, it's a drain. That is not the one for. That is not God's favor. That is not God's favor. And you deserve better. And you need, and men, make sure when you get with a woman, a queen, make sure she is a king builder and not a backbreaker. And I want to close by reading something to you all today. This is something that I want you guys to listen up very clear. This is from the King Builder chapter of my book. This book is kind of worn out because this is I use when I'm going to radio stations. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to go on a radio show in in 40 minutes downtown Atlanta, V103, the biggest radio interview I've ever had, and I'm honored that they invited me to be on that show. I should have been taking a nap, but it was in my spirit to make this video. But let me say this. A woman can crown a man in the following 4 ways: her heart, her lips, her vagina, her spirit. The sad part is that most queens have sex without the intention of crowning her mate, her king. It's just casual sex. Women have the power to see the soul of their men while giving him head, fellatio. Here you can read his true intentions and true desires of his heart. The throat area absorbs the unseen energy of a person, place, or thing. It's a great receptor for all energy. When a man is performing oral sex on a woman, he is receiving her pure, uncut energy source. This is coming straight from her power source, which is the womb. It is the gateway to another world, the unseen world. Remember when I said everything happens in the spiritual world first, before it happens in the physical? This is what I'm talking about. Everything. What we just see with our eyes and touch, with our senses, this is just a small percentage. Literally, it's been said 80 to 95% what is happening in the world is happening in the spiritual realm. So if you want something to accomplish and to manifest, see yourself in the spiritual world, praying in the spiritual world, praying in the physical, into the spiritual, to pull it out of the spiritual into what is actually happening now. It is the gateway to another world, heaven, the unseen world. When she has an orgasm, he is swelling the vortex that moves energy from the spiritual world to the physical world. This energy, used consciously, can heal parts of the body and create miracles. Thomas Sankara once said something, and I want to close with this. The woman is a king builder, but she cannot build up a man to be a king if she is consistently being torn down, being broken. When a man finds his queen, he is willing to give you his empire wholeheartedly. All of his dreams, secrets, and aspirations will become a reality thanks to you. Thomas Sankara, a feminist and former president of West African country Burkina Faso, stated the following in his book, Women's Liberation and the Freedom Struggle. Burkina Faso is the name of the country, but it actually means upright man. He changed the name of that country, which is a whole nother story. We get into that. Okay? There can be no proud man without a woman at his side. Every proud man, every strong man draws his energy from a woman. The endless source of fertility is femininity, the endless source and the key to victories always lies in the hands of a woman. It is at the side of a woman, sister, or companion that each one of us finds a burst of honor and dignity. I love that. Let me say that again, that last part. It is the side of a woman, a sister or companion, that each one of us finds a burst of honor and dignity. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is King Kevin Dorival. Go to my website, kevindorival.com, to sign up for any of my Mastering Your Life sessions. which also will come with some DVDs and CDs, whole packages. But I didn't want to just put a bunch of products on the website and just sell things to people. I actually want to help people heal. I actually care about these things. And get my book, of course, 7 Types of Queen King Desire. And book me for your conferences, workshops, male, female, doesn't matter. I am here to serve, all right? To get my scheduling bookings, email me at info@kevindorival.com or just go to my website, Instagram, at Courage to Believe. I got a radio interview to go to, so you guys be blessed. See ya. Oh, yeah. Mwah.